Nobody is happier than me. One of my most favorite people in the whole wide world from Morgandom and beyond is Herbert Kohler. Your four in hand has lit up the internet and our Facebook pages this week, bringing in the judges and their magnificence, and they're all by Noble Flair, and we're so thrilled about that. Thank you for your generosity, and thank you for being Mr. HVK with your great Morgan breeding program.
Yeah, really a privilege to come back, Conky. And I couldn't have predicted this 5 years ago. And it wasn't with the Morgans, interestingly. It was with the Queen's breeding and spotted horses. Big 16-3, 16 two-hand horses. But I looked at those Morgans and said, we've got something very different, something better in this Morgan breed, and much showier. And we picked 5 out of the crop. One didn't make it, so we picked another. And now we've got 5 that really can put on a show.
They are spectacular, and I think one of the Wheelers, full brothers, won Junior Park Harness last night with, he comes to us, I think, from Bob Keller, and is magnificent. And so that's kind of, you know, the 5 or 6 degrees of separation. We've been able to talk about, you know, lots of the relatives of, you know, these great horses here all week. And also, it's been mentioned that Noble Flair showed here as a 2-year-old, his first show, and he was exuberant, and sometimes he was right side up and sometimes he was upside down, but when he was right side up, he beat everybody, and it was magnificent. Diana, I know you have some questions about the Kohler breeding program.
Well, I know that, you know, 3 of these 4 are Noble Flair offspring, and the 4th is, you know, he's the grandsire. And I know that from your breeding program, the 3 things that history has shown us is that you like horses that are versatile, are workable, and are intelligent. And I think, you know, these horses show that they're very much all of those things. And when you brought the program along this far, then what make Morgan so special to you?
They're a lot showier than most other breeds, including the Hackney. I mean, these are real show horses, and to put 4 of them together like this, who move very much in tandem, it wasn't that difficult, and I think we can keep going forward with them in various driving aspects, certainly. Even my wife's into driving now.
Oh, that's great.
She's excited.
Great.
She actually took 2 of them away from me.
Oh, wow. And I mean, that's the thing about Morgans. I mean, we're here at a horse show, so we see them as show horses, but to the general public, when you bring out the 4 in hand and you show the different, you know, avenues that a Morgan can go and excel, because they are so intelligent and so trainable as well as showy. And, you know, we have you to thank for showing these horses to us and hopefully to the world.
Well, and Mr. Kohler has changed Morgandom on many levels. One of my personal experiences was when the Grand National was about ready to go under in the late 70s. We were really struggling, and he was not comfortable with his Morgan championship horse show, you know, that was in fact having a struggle. And so he made a proposition to the Morgan Association and said, here's the deal. I'm going to underwrite this event. However, I'm the chairman, and I will handpick my committee, and I'm the boss. And if it goes well, it goes well. And if it goes down, I'll write you a big check. So that's the way it went down, and thanks to Herbert Kohler, we have a world championship. Do you remember how fun that was?
It was a lot of fun, Conky, because you and I were able to work together.
I remember that, as was Larry Bolin, my co-partner on the. We laid the show schedule that we were trying to revamp. We laid it out on the floor of the Cedar Creek Tack Room and went crazy on it.
Oh my God! Exactly. What a memory you have.
Well, but it's so we're also appreciative, and I think a lot of people don't realize that you single-handedly did, in fact, save the horse show by virtue of you know, underwriting it and saying, here's my committee, they're going to go out and save it, and I'm not going to bug them.
And that committee did. I mean, they are the heroes. They put it together.
I know to raise these horses and, watch them excel is just a thrill. And I know it's a culmination of 40 years or more of your breeding program. And we hope that we'll get to see a lot more of them and a lot more of you. And you said after our interview, you're going to go back and do something kind of special. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're putting pairs and teams together to get better and better at this avocation, if you will. And so far, we've got a good start.
And you're going to go sit behind these horses as soon as you get rid of us
As
tonight?
soon as we stop talking, I'm going to have some fun driving.
Well, it sounds like you've got a great evening ahead of you, and we really appreciate all that you've done for our breed and for this whole show, and
Thank
for
you.
coming and gracing us with your presence.